Go, pause, you only live once with DTV's energy drink, out now. That's it, just got to come up with a recipe now. My name is Carl Salisbury, and I'm the sales manager at the Grafenwoehr and region.
Bavarian Motor Cars.
Bavarian Motor Cars is a factory direct program, tailor-made for those stationed overseas on TDI or PCS orders, and it basically gives them the benefit to buy at a reduced price direct with the factory as well. We've got massive differences compared to dealers in the States. We don't have a workshop attached, or we don't have a service department. We're strictly sales, and that's how we can guarantee the best deal with our program compared to a stateside dealer.
Okay, Carl, but is it really cheaper than buying a BMW in the US?
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. By having those TDI or PCS orders stationed overseas, you get the benefits of our pricing, which, as I say, are a direct discount from the MSRP that you pay in the US. Of course, you have tax, title and registration, I believe, in the US, which you don't necessarily have over here. You have a small registration fee at the USERA registration office.
Where are you guys located?
So we have multiple locations all over Germany. That includes Grafenwoehr, Vilseck, you have Ansbach, Kaiserslautern, Ramstein, HQ, which is situated in Würzburg. And we also have internet sales.
When should we contact you?
Yeah, man, good question.
We highly recommend that prior to your PCS movement overseas, if you can and have the time, then reach out to one of our experienced agents, either online or via WhatsApp or phone or email, and then we'll provide you with as much details and information prior to you coming overseas to save you as much money as possible, but also to eliminate some of the wait that you have when you do arrive overseas. Absolutely, there's multiple ways you can reach out if you're not even here or if you're not at one of our locations.
What's up with this tax-free stuff, though?
Yeah, so it's a tricky question with taxes as well. I mean, you'll see that all military sales programs overseas highlight tax-free purchase, and that's tax-free for German taxes. So you don't pay import duties, you don't pay German Mehrwertsteuer or VAT, and part of the process of purchasing that car, you have to obtain one of the customs documents, be it a VAT form or an AE 550 form from the US Customs Office. So pretty much the price that we give is out the door. That is your final price, and then we will clear German customs on the day of delivery for most processes, or as mentioned, with a VAT form in certain demo cars that we have. When it comes to stateside taxes, when you return to the US with your vehicle that you purchase overseas, as long as you have a proof of registration and you have PCS orders back to the US that stated you're overseas, then you should get the free entry into the US when you import that car back. When it comes to sales taxes in the US, that is state dependent, so it does depend on what state you go back to, if you will have to pay US taxes or state taxes. Sales taxes in the US, totally up to the state.
What if I just want to avoid taxes? Do you have a buyback program?
Yeah, we'll buy back what we sell, obviously based on current market values and how much miles you have and the condition of the vehicle. But absolutely, we'll pretty much buy any car back or as a trade-in. And what you notice, a lot of people when they first arrive on their 3-year tour, or even a 2-year tour, they'll generally purchase a car immediately at a tax-free price. And then prior to heading back to the US, they may pick up another vehicle, the one that they truly want or they truly need, and take that one back with them when they go back to the US. Worst case, as you mentioned there, we can trade that or buy that vehicle back. Most people do want to come over and take advantage of the military sales price and the military sales program. Of course, BMW, along the side of some of the other European made but US spec vehicles, are top of their list. And I suppose that's purely because the savings you make, especially with BMW military savings, it's one of the best programs you have overseas. I can't remember the word then. With maintenance, when you purchase a brand new BMW, the first owner gets a free service and maintenance package for 3 years or 36,000 miles, but that is stateside only, so some of those factory benefits you only receive when you get back to the US. So that's why a lot of people would then purchase another vehicle before they PCS to maximise their benefits when they return to the US. For a lot of people, when they do the services here, they're obviously a bit worried about the cost of maintenance, but it's not too bad. Most dealers that we recommend or work alongside with, we already set up a special agreement that the customer can take their own oil, as long as it's a BMW recommended oil, to the dealership and use a VAT form, and that will massively reduce the cost of their oil change or service that they have overseas. Yeah, we work side by side with many dealerships in all our local areas to basically handpick the ones that we think are best for the customer. We work with BMW factory direct, which means new cars, but we also offer demo cars or demonstrator cars. They come with a minimum time frame of registration and a minimum mileage, and then of course they're sold at a reduced price at that point too. So it's a great way to pick up an even better deal at that point as well. We do also take trades, stateside trade-ins, trades from Europe, European spec, US spec. So all those cars that we do take as trade, we generally then sell on under our used car program as well. So we literally, yeah, give you the offer for everything you need, you know. Of course, online is quite easy for a lot of people. You can visit our website, which is bavarianmotorcars.com, and search our inventory this way. We have the contact information for all our locations and the ability to inquire for further information from there on too. I also recommend, if you're local to one of our locations, stop by and see one of our amazing experienced sales staff, and that way they can show you the cars on hand. We've got multiple test drive cars. We've got most of the models on site as well. We've probably got one of the largest inventory for military car sales in general. So take advantage of coming to our location, getting the experience hands-on, doing a test drive, and we'll show you all the information on the BMW. So if we don't have what you want on site, you can use the BMW USA website and configure the vehicle the way you want it. And then we'll use that configuration to determine the military price and literally custom order the way you want it. Keep in mind there are additional timelines to consider in that when it comes to custom building. So it depends how quick you want a vehicle, or if you don't mind waiting for the right vehicle, that's also a good way to do it.
What are some of the common challenges you face?
I think it's managing the expectations of someone coming from the US to Europe to buy a car. The process itself is obviously quite different. We have to take in consideration the importation, the tax clearance, and I suppose for a lot of people, they're used to going to a dealer and driving away pretty much the same day. With us, it does have a longer process. There's a lot more involved. But if you're coming from the US, expect a little bit of a longer wait for your car when you first get here. A lot of the paperwork you can't actually complete until you're physically in Germany, and that would be the customs forms that you'd obtain on base for that tax-free purchase. And of course, registration, there's a little bit of a wait to get your plates. And there's so many other factors. So I think it's coming with an open mind that you're going to wait a little bit longer, but you know, good things are worth waiting for, right? There's no negotiations when it comes to our new car program. And the reason for that is our prices are pre-negotiated with a factory, BMW in this case, before we give them out to the customer. For sure, we have a lot of people that have been told in the States not to bring certain vehicles over, big trucks, SUVs. I mean, luckily where we are in Grafenwoehr, it's a little bit more open, a little bit more space over here, but it's nothing like the US, I can assume. If you do bring it over here and you realize that the vehicle's too big or not fit for the purpose, then we'll take it as a trade. We'll literally buy anything as a trade-in or take anything as a trade-in. I think most of it's timeline, to be honest. You're probably going to be waiting about a week to 2 weeks to go through an entire process of buying a new car if the car's on location. We can assist with financing. We don't have an in-house financing available because we are factory direct, but we can give you some guidance and recommendation on where to go for financing to get the best rate, the best terms for yourself. Also part of the program of military sales with BMW, we can assist you in shipping your car back to the US. So if you do have one vehicle that you're going to ship with the government, we can assist you in shipping your second car back to the US. Of course, comes at a cost, but we reduce the stress by doing it on site with a car that you purchase from our program. One thing that we do with our program that most other companies don't offer is a stateside trade-in. You brushed on earlier that buying a car before you PCS to here, which I think is a really good idea. If your vehicle's still in the States, we can offer you a trade-in on the vehicle that's still sitting in the US. So by doing that, I suppose you'll be able to get the best value of the current pricing, but also not waste time shipping the vehicle over. It takes 2 months and only then just trade it in for a different price. It's probably one of the easiest processes we have. So let's say, for instance, you have what's your favorite car? You're allowed to say BMW, it's fine. So let's say you have a BMW in the States that you don't want to bring with you because number one, your bank won't let you ship it overseas, you can't get a permission to ship, or multiple factors. Then we'll send you a trade appraisal form for you to fill out to the best of your ability of what the condition of the vehicle is, any damages, services, anything. We'll take the information, base it in our valuation system, and then we'll give you a price of a trade-in, subject to a purchase of course, and then we'll literally pick that car up from your house. So you don't have to take it anywhere, literally pick it up at your house, done and dusted. It is so easy. We just did this recently. A customer was coming from the States, traded his car in. We already had it picked up and processed and everything before he left. He'd already pre-ordered his car, which was then waiting for him for when he arrived. So that relieved a lot of stress for him. Not have to worry about bringing that car over and then bring it overseas. I suppose also you'll get some manufacturers other than BMW that will give you a reduced warranty overseas or won't apply overseas. So you've got to be really cautious when you bring a car overseas that's relatively new, or you're thinking about buying a car from a dealer in the States that aren't, I suppose, clued up in of what warranty and services are come overseas. For BMW, you get a 3-year unlimited mileage warranty currently from the factory when you pick up overseas, compared to, let's say, obviously the 4-year 50,000 mile stateside warranty. So some warranties do differ, so keep that in mind as well.
How do I get that big red bow on my car?
Yes, good question there, DTV. That's what they pay you the big bucks for. So when it comes to taking possession or collection of your vehicle, we can offer pickup or collection in any of our locations. We also offer Würzburg VIP delivery as well. With our Würzburg VIP delivery program, you'll pick up at our headquarters. It's an absolutely beautiful dealership, huge dealership as well. You'll get the best treatment from our delivery geniuses. We'll also put you up in a hotel the night before or the night of delivery to really kind of make that a very comfortable and convenient and an amazing delivery experience overall. And if you know a guy called DTV, it is highly recommended that you mention his name before you come and buy a car. Otherwise, he'll beat me up. God, I've got a lot of stuttering in there, haven't I?
What color socks are you wearing?
Multicolored socks,
Okay.
polka dot socks.
Obviously matching underwear. Yeah.
Who says I'm wearing any?
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again. This is a recording.